Wonderful day to you two children of the Most High. Now, when I started this, I wanted to make sure that you know about me and you relate to my experiences and also you learn something, right? Great. Now, today, without wasting any time, I wanna testify about weird things that happen in my life. Weird things that happen in my life, in this life, this one, okay? I'm not talking about the whole reincarnation and all that. I'm talking about this one. Great. So I'm gonna begin with, because I want to keep it under 10 minutes, right? So I'm gonna begin with this one, right? Now, the first experience, weird experience, right? Now remember, I'm trying to keep these things more physical than spiritual, right? So the most spiritual things, I don't want to talk about them because they're a lot. I cannot finish talking about them, right? I want to talk about the ones that I've sort of felt and heard and saw, right? With these eyes, not the spiritual ones. Great. The weirdest things that have ever happened in my life. First one, when I was young, I was taken to this Sangoma guy. Sangoma is a witch, sort of, yeah, it's a witch, okay? Now, I don't know why my mother did that. I don't know. I just, I don't want to dwell in that now. I just want to tell you the story, okay? So my mother took me there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So when we got there, I'm young. I'm very young. I don't even remember the age. I'm young, right? I don't know what's going on. I don't know where we are, but you know, I feel that we're in the wrong place, but it doesn't matter. So we go to that place, and I see this Sangoma guy talking to my mom, talk, and then all of a sudden, this guy tell me to sit down. It's like sit down, and then he start touching me. You know, I don't care. I don't know what's going on. My mother's right here, so I don't feel any harassment whatsoever. Now, this guy takes out a knife, very big table knife, bread knife, whatever, and he starts slicing my stomach like this, right? From like diagonal, right? And starts slicing like a big scar like this, very slow. And I'm watching, I'm like, what? You know? I feel a little bit of pain, like, you know, like a little pinch pain, like a little pinchy, like not anything that would make me cry or, you know. So it's not like pain, but I feel a little tingly sort of a thing. But the guy is like sort of opening my belly like this from down there to like close to my chest, right? Blood is coming out, but not a lot of blood. But then after, right, after the slice, I see my wound closing up. Slowly, my wound was closing up like this. And my mother was watching, like, you know, and I'm looking at my mom like, what is going on? Why would you let this guy slice me like that? This is weird. It was just too much for me to process. Okay? So I didn't have anything to say, do whatsoever. And then after that, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I just saw that and I was like, wow, that's something right there, right? Now, if you know what was he doing to me, maybe you can just put it in the comments below. Maybe I can get it clearer, you know. Yes. The second weird thing that have happened in my life, that I've experienced, is back in I think I was still at school that time. Remember the story I was telling you about an angel waking me up with a fist vibrating on my thigh? Those days, right? It was those days, or rather those years, somewhere there, right? Now I remember my pastor. I was in this church called Lighthouse Church, right? I remember my pastor was preaching a lot about prayer. That season was season of prayer and all that. And I'm a guy that wanna do everything to 100%, right? So he's teaching us about prayer. Yeah, pray this, pray that. and I started praying 3 times a day. I'm talking about 1 hour prayer, 2 hour prayer, 1 hour prayer, 2 hour prayer, 3 times a day. Schools were closed. I remember that. Schools were closed, and I was in my room praying. Okay? That's it. That's all I did. Praying, 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 praying. Now, I remember I think I fasted that time, but I don't remember the timeline exactly, but I wasn't fasting when I was praying that time, right? But I think that year I fasted. I fasted somewhere, right? But that doesn't, I'm not talking about that now. So I prayed 3 times a day, every day, right? Until this one day, I remember my mother bought me, cosmetics, lotions and all that. And one day I wake up, I pray, take a bath, I put that lotion on and everything. And I sit in the mirror and I putting the lotion and my face is shining. Yeah, not too much like psst, no, but it was shining. I could see my face shining. And I didn't have any information about what exactly was going on. So I just thought the lotion. I just thought this lotion. I remember I looked at my hands like, what kind of lotion is this? Right? My face was shining. Right? This part right here was shining with light. Light, like it was pure white. Right? So I didn't panic because I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was my my lotion. I said, Mama didn't get a bad lotion or something, right? I knew about the story of Moses, his face shining, blah blah blah, and I've heard about, but I didn't, like I said, I was a little young, I was still new at this, right? So that happens, right? It was weird to me, but now I know what was it, right? It never happened again. I don't know. Maybe I would do it again someday. All right. The third thing that ever happened, the third weird thing that ever happened in my life I've experienced is actually these two last things happened this year, right? This early year, right? But this year, sleeping paralysis, right? Now, I'm talking about this bed right here, this one right here, right? So I remember, because I told you that I'm chosen to do a big task, and I'm just choosing to not do it, right? I was, not now, I was. But then the devil, right? Don't miss that opportunity to crash you, right? So that's exactly what it did. They sent the biggest demon that I've ever faced, right? The demon waited for me to sleep. I didn't pray, I wasn't praying, I thought I was good, I wasn't praying. I just said, nah, wait a minute. We're going to see next year, right? And the king told me to start praying so I can prepare for this thing that he wanted me to do, right? But I wasn't praying. I didn't care. This big, listen to me, the thing was big, right? Now, it came to me when I was sleeping, waited for me to fall asleep. And then around 4, 4:30 a.m., right? It came to me and then it paralyzed me. Sleeping paralysis, right? And then I opened my eyes because some of us are stronger, right? We can literally fight through this thing and just open our eyes, okay? So that your soul would come back and you would connect, right? But guess what? As much as I did that, I couldn't separate from the demon paralyzing me, right? So he paralyzed me for like 10 minutes, okay? My eyes were opened. I couldn't see anything. I see little shadows moving, but then I couldn't see exactly the creature. But I felt the creature with my hands. Everything here, right? Because this is the gateway. The back of your neck is the gateway. Okay, so it was like sort of choking me, but not choking. His hands was here, but the feeling of the hands was not like hands. It was like more of tubes or something like that. It was more of like octopus kind of a thing. And I felt it with my hands because I'm fighting. I'm like, and I'm holding this thing. I'm like, I don't have enough power to, and I feel this thing in my hands. I literally touched a demon. I couldn't see it, but I touched it. I could feel it sort of, I don't know what it's doing on my chest, doing this right here. I don't know what it's doing, and just feel weird all over my face, touching me and stuff. I was afraid. I was so afraid. Okay? But then I knew who I was, and I knew because I have experience now, right? So I knew exactly what was going on, but I stood my ground. Okay? Now, I know 10 minutes is done, but so okay, we're gonna say this one is part 2, right? Part 2 of the first one. Okay, part 2 of my weird spiritual experiences that I've ever felt, I've ever seen, I've ever experienced in my life. Okay, so this is part 2. So I stood my ground, right? But this thing kept on, I don't know if you noticed that my eyes were open and I could see it, right? I couldn't talk, I couldn't do that, but I could see, I could fight, and my hands sort of moved, but I was weak, and I could touch it, and it was like slippery, sort of snake kind of a thing, And man, it stayed there for a long time. Here, I'm talking about this room, here, this bed. It stayed here for a long time that I started not being afraid of it, right? I started frowning. I was like, just get off me, man. And then after like 10 minutes, it went away through the door. That's another thing you need to learn about spirits. They go through doors and through windows, right? Unless you don't have windows, then they're gonna, like, they pick the shortest distance, the shortest barrier, right? Window, yes. Door, yes. They sort of respect the architecture that we do. I don't know why, right? But they can also go through walls, right? But then they would just go through the door, right? I felt it going. I couldn't see. I couldn't describe it, but I felt it leaving and going through the door, like, whoosh, and you could feel it like it was sort of disappointed or something. Went through the door, big. As soon as it got out the door, I was like, and then I casted it. I was so angry, right? And then the last thing, because I don't wanna waste another 10 minutes, right? The last thing, blip. Now this one I wanna get sort of a little deep if you allow me to. But no, we don't need to get deep. I'm just gonna say this. I was sleeping, right? And I'm sorry, I wasn't sleeping. I was praying, and then I prayed like a short prayer, like, "Our Father was in heaven, hallowed be thy name," And then I said a few things, It wasn't really, I don't know, I was just doing it just to, And then I just went to sleep, opened my blankets, got inside, and then as soon as I just lay the back of my head on my pillow, I saw this quick, like 2-3 frames per second sort of a thing, blip. Okay, my roof changed to another roof, right? Even the light bulb I use, what was this kind of light? I use cool white. But it changed to be another light bulb, and that light bulb was warm white. Wait a minute, didn't I just tell you this testimony before? Saying this now, I feel like I said this before. Did I say this before? I don't know. Wait, I think I did. No, wait, I don't know. Okay, let me just tell you in case I didn't, right? And my roof literally changed to another roof, right? Sort of almost similar, but it was another roof. It was almost like another dimension. It's almost like I'm a different person. It was like someone was trying to take me away or something like. It was a quick blip, okay? And I saw this roof changing, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is this? And then after like 2 seconds, it went back to my room, and I'm like, what? What? No, I could literally feel my mind sort of shifting. I'm serious. I felt my mind shifting, and I was like, where am I? Why? And then, I came back to my room, right? Ever since that time, right? Ever since that time, I realized that I'm experiencing same things that I've experienced before. It's like they reverse time. Yeah, they can do that. By the way, when they reverse time, it's not like in the movies. It's not like everything we just reverse. It's not like you're gonna walk and say things you say. No. It's not that. Time doesn't work like that. Okay? There are things that remains, and there are things that sort of start over. Like scenarios would redo themselves. Okay? But you're still growing and all that. It's been happening even now. I'm still experiencing them now. Friends that I had, we have the same conversations that we had years back. And guess what? They don't even know that we had these conversations. And I'm looking, and here's the thing: it's not like it would happen and I'll be like, "Hey man, is no." I would also be part of it, and then later, after like 30 minutes, I'm like, "Wait a minute, wait a minute, that that thing happened. Did I dream about that, or did I? What is going on?" No, it happened. Because when I try to remember, I remember it happened. Okay. See, right? I just can't turn my camera now, but I have a table here. There's my computer. I didn't use this table back in the days. I had another like a computer. Remember those computer desks with the this remember those ones? You put a printer on top, and I had that one right here, right? And I called this lady that I used to go to church with, right? I called this lady about visiting me at church or something like that, right? I don't know if it was my church or something, but I called her and say, "Hey, come to church and blah blah blah." And then she said, "Well, first of all, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if it's a church or not. I don't know what you're trying to do to me. I'm just gonna get out and walk away. I don't." And I'm like, why would she talk to me like that? It's me. Does she not remember who I am? Right? And I'm like, I'm trying to be calm. I'm like, no, sister, it's just, it's church. Just come, visit us and see, and. And he's like, no. First of all, my pastor will not allow me. What if I gotta ask my pastor? Ask your pastor? Wow, that's a bold statement. I mean, to even tell me, I mean, I'm one of the factors in your spiritual life, right? So I'm like, okay, I don't wanna be the guy that sort of be a burden to you or something like that. I don't wanna frustrate you. I don't know why would you act like that. But I was like, oh, okay, no, that's good. That sounds good. That's a good thing you do. You know, you could see that she's sort of like pushing me away and stuff. I'm like, why would she do that? And then she dropped the phone. We were like, yeah, cool. Great. Kept living life, right? Guess what? Royal Awaken. I started Royal Awaken, right? I started Royal Awaken, and then I called her again. I'm sitting here. The desk was there. Now this desk is here, right? But I'm sitting here facing there, and I'm calling her again, right? I'm talking about there's something that happened years ago. I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or something. Or maybe, I don't know, it was years ago, 8 years or something. But then now I called her again. I said, hey, I just, started this movement, Royal Awaken, and it's gonna be amazing, the Most High, blah, 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 and all that. Uh-oh, there she is. She just get offended, like, why you gonna tell me that? I don't wanna come there. What you wanna do to me? What is it a church? What are you doing? I started trying to start a church, son. Whatever. I'm like, wait a minute, why is she talking like this to me? Why? What's going on? You know? And I'm like, no, calm down. She's a church. Calm down. Yeah, what you doing? I'm like, what do you think happens in the church? I mean, she's like, no. I can't. I gotta, my pastor. How do you think my pastor would feel about this? And then I'm like, what, your pastor? What? Since when? You know what? It's okay. No, it's okay. I was just inviting you, but it's okay. You're doing a good thing. It's a good thing. She's like, yeah. And after like an hour, right? An hour. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a minute. Is this a joke? Like, am I dreaming right now, or did I dream about this? Am I dreaming now, or did I dream before? You know what I'm saying? So I'm sort of like confused. And then I realized, no, it happened. It happened. Actually, a lot of things are happening right now. That's why I try my best to stay in my room, be in the closet and try to pray all the time. Because every time I get out, I repeat the same things. I don't know if people see this or it's just me, but yeah, they sort of playing with time. They reverse. I'm seeing things that I've seen before. I can't even explain anymore. I don't even know. I don't know. So I think the best thing to do and the safest thing to do and the right thing to do is to be a prayerful person so you can overcome the things and you can see these things. All right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why would that happen. I don't know why we would start over repeating time and all that. I don't know why. Could be because it's pretty obvious that Yahusha is coming back. So I don't know why they're playing with time like that. Or maybe they're hoping that if they reverse time, then the heaven time would also reverse. It doesn't work like that. Then they even know. They know. But then, yeah, maybe something has already happened and they don't want us to see, right? That's why some of these things in science are sort of popping through forcefully, right? They're just popping through like, hey, we're here. They're hiding us, but we're here. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to my testimony. Remember, we are at the core.